is just keeping the pace, sort of keeping the pace in check. They don't want too many, and the reason is that they don't want too many XDS rider on the front and pulling the brake back too soon. So give it a chance to Iman, especially for Iman Rosley, to take a few more bonus seconds. And obviously he's not gonna get back the white jersey.
Oh yeah.
Do you know my papa? He loves helping people. Always makes mama smile. And he can do magic. That's why I love my papa so much.
I just use Mr. Rewards. So easy. It's so easy to collect points. Redeem all kinds of rewards. And easy to win hearts too. Senangnya. Ini baru Mr. Rewards.
From the first pedal stroke to the final sprint, Power to Malaysia's only naturally oxygenated mineral water, rising beyond boundaries. Together we ride, together we conquer. Bubbles O2, empowering champions.
Or if you want to follow the other boats. Because we're going that way now. Going that way. Ready?
They were
Stuck?
yeah. I mean, they do that.
Everything's stuck. Thank you. All day. We are actually we are the group.
And he's, you know, I like to see, I like his position on the bike and how smooth he's pedaling. Really like a time trial. He's an excellent time trialist that we mentioned before. He's a double champion. Both the champion on the road and as well as the time trial. So I think he's preparing later in December for the SEA game. The Southeast Asian game, and that will be his last target this year. So he pretty much raced all year round.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he started in as early as
packed calendar.
Yeah, packed calendar. I mean, from Saudi, earlier races in the Middle East, until finishing the Southeast Asian game in December. So there was no rest period for him. There was no off season for him. Here we go again. XDS Astana team is leading the front. While followed by the Chengdu rider and Etnan from the Terengganu cycling team.
Yeah, they just passed the secondary school of Merchang. On Merchang, a secondary school in Merchang. It's still school day. It's a school day. We'll appreciate the teachers for allowing the kids to go out and celebrate these riders. Welcoming the riders, I would almost say. Oh yes, so there's only 3 riders. Yep, 3 riders still in the breakaway. Slightly decreased, but not much, by 10 seconds the gap. But 3 riders. Again, Ayman Rosli in the second wheel, in the front, Johan Sobal, and last but not least, rider number 72 from Burgos Burpele BH, Wojtek Kminik, just pedaling along. These 3 riders as smooth as they can possibly be. So here he is. That is actually the secondary school. Yes, my apologies. So this is actually the secondary school on the right side of the road as the breakaway rider riding across them, maintaining a good pace just to make sure that as we've talked earlier, once you're in a breakaway, you have to be allies for a little bit until probably you reach the intermediate sprint, and then you can do whatever you want, and then all right, so you're done, you got whatever you want, all right, let's ride together again. Yep. Making sure that everyone's on a good pace, so when the key is that when the first rider pull off, the second rider does not surge, right? So that you don't wanna cause the rider behind you to surge as well, burn some matches.
Yeah, you want to keep a smooth rotation as possible. It's almost like a team time trial. So once you pull off, you want to ease off, so the rider behind you just keeping a steady pace, overtaking you, not making any effort. The reason they're doing that is by keeping a steady pace, riders are staying fresh, and that they, with still 100k, more 110k to go, the trios need to work together and preserve each other's energy, and until probably a good place to attack. If this trio are still ahead of the peloton with a minute gap, then the last KOM points may be a good place. 15k to the finish will be a good place to launch the attack.
Oh, yes.
Trying to drop your friend who has been the last 100k, has been your ally, and then you suddenly become a rival, and then Water trying to make to the finish line and trying to take the stage victory, because that would be great to see if the last KOM points will be the launching pad for an attack among the trios.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that can also cause some issues for these sprinters teams, because that's like 15 kilometer to go until the sprint finish, right? So they got to be a little bit more careful. Yeah, they got to be a little bit more careful. Just making sure that the breakaway or attack does not go too far, because otherwise it's going to take some monumental effort to bring back, and that could potentially, you know, kill the sprinters if the pace goes too on and it becomes too surgy. So yeah, so it'll just be interesting to see how these guys tackle that last kilometer, that last King of the Mountain in this stage. Yeah, we were still trying to understand what's the aim for this Chengdu DYC. Where they put their rider in front here, trying to control the pace. But yeah, be interesting to know what do they have in plan for the team today.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see. You have a rider in the front in the breakaway, and then you also have a rider sitting on the front of the peloton. I don't think he's chasing, but judging from the time gap, it is not like he's not trying to slow him down either. Probably he's just trying to keep a steady pace and preventing any surges. But yeah, you don't see that very often. I mean, typically when you have a rider in the breakaway, your own teammates in the breakaway, you're probably just sitting second on the wheels, just trying to prevent additional rider of the leading team from working too much. But he is actually rotating to the front and actually doing some work.
Yeah, I think what he should have done is what Vadim Plonsky is doing, just sitting in on third wheel, right? Adnan, sorry, my apologies.
So
what Adnan is doing,
just sitting there and not disturbing the pace.
Yeah, so just let two people doing the work.
Right?
So what he should have done is just stay there and just let these two Astana in front do the work.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe
unless they have different plans.
Maybe a different plan. Maybe the team manager says, no, we don't go for the break, and here you go. Then you have a rider in the break, and then maybe the team manager says, oh, I don't like this. We'll go ahead and send somebody to pull them back. So it is strange. It is strange, but maybe the team manager have a different plan, and maybe he has a better idea than us.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we were not in their team meeting for obvious reason. So we don't know what they have in plan. But yeah, it's good to see. But also, I guess, like, you know, we haven't seen much of Chengdu. We haven't said much about Chengdu, so it's probably a plus point for them as well. Now we are actually talking about Chengdu, Chengdu DYC cycling team. But anyway, so here is in the front of in the breakaway group, 3 riders still working together. The gap have decreased by 10 seconds now, so from 145 to 135. Again, some beautiful drone shots. Basically, the whole ride and the whole race for today is going to be a coastal ride, and you imagine just beach, all these beaches that all these people in Terengganu is just behind the doors. It's just basically, you know, you open the back door and that's it, right? You can see a beautiful beaches, and then, you know, it's kind of interesting. Like, you know, I've been in Terengganu for like a week or so, like just over a week. And I find that the people are very relaxed. They're not chasing anything. You know, it's just like, you know, just living life as what life gives you, I suppose. You know, they're not chasing anywhere. You know, they're not, you know, like honking on the road or, you know, like cutting people in the traffic or anything. you
Right.
know?
Yeah. I think the relaxed lifestyle. I mean, if when you're on the beach, you look in the ocean. I think people, people always told me, if you like look at ocean like which we're seeing right now, you're probably a very calm person.
All right. Okay.
Right. If you like to look at a mountain, that you probably have a different personality. You like the dramatic up and down. So
Okay. Interesting.
maybe that's we do. I mean, we can look it up AI and just get an idea how to take personality test. But meanwhile, I just want to point out. So you mentioned earlier, Terengganu cycling team is supported by the Terengganu state.
Yeah.
Chengdu is actually a city in China. It's a major city in China. But the reason I know that is because my cousin actually lives in Chengdu.
In Chengdu.
Chengdu, and we visited. Me and my wife. We visited on the way to Tibet on a holiday trip to Tibet. We actually stopped in Chengdu. We spent a night there, and it was very nice. And that's where the panda, the giant panda, they have the conservation center at the Chengdu, so you can actually go and see how they bred the panda and panda cubs and turn them into adult. And so because their effort of Chengdu of the panda breeding, the panda is no longer an endangered species.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know.
And that's so because of the wildlife conservation, so you can actually reverse the human damage have done to the animal, and then they actually bred and now become non-endangered. Doesn't mean you should go out and then they go hunt panda, but because the effort they put in to reverse the environmental and the wildlife damages, so that's a great job by the city of Chengdu. But also Terengganu have done similar with the turtle. They have really trying to rebreed, trying to protect the breeding ground for the turtle, and I think it is a law. There are laws to protect them. If you were to take the eggs and so forth, that can be punished by the law. So here's a look at the Chengdu rider, Soba, and I'm trying to see what nationality is he. So that's a different flag.
For sure.
I think it's. Oh boy, I will come to my head. It's not. It's not Russia, and I think it's the allied state.
Yeah, Belarus.
Yeah. Belarus.
Yeah.
Belarusian
cyclist. Belarus.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, Burgos is the name of a place in Spain
Yes,
as well.
absolutely. Yeah, you actually see the point. Burgos is also a local state. Local province of Spain. Yeah. So there you go. So all three riders there are representing a geographic. The Burgos, it is a
city in Spain.
A province in Spain, a city in Spain.
A city in Spain.
There you go. So you get to know Burgos. So if you ever visit Spain, do stop Burgos. And that's obviously one region in Spain, and I'm sure it's beautiful as well. And so if you ever go visit China, so Chengdu is a city that you can stop in. If you come to Malaysia, Terengganu is definitely a cycling state. So if you ever get a chance to.
For sure. I mean, there's a few places that you can visit as well in Terengganu. We have, for example, the Payang market, where you want to buy some kind of local handicrafts. So that's like the local market in the Terengganu Payang market, which is basically in the Kuala Terengganu. And then the iconic, now Terengganu has a drawbridge as well, people don't know, which is basically inspired from the Tower of London. Yeah. It's, I guess, the only one in this region, I suppose. That's what it's the only one in this region. Basically, it was an highway to connect from the Kuala Terengganu to a place called Seberang Take. Basically, now you have a direct road to the airport, pretty much.
Right. Yes. We just wrote that in our TSG Shimano Fellowship ride. We actually rode across that bridge.
I mean, it's quite steep though.
Yeah, it's
about 7%. I mean, it's quite a drag. I remember because they last year they organized obviously that local race Chua Gate, where the final stage is basically a crit going up and down that bridge.
probably going at a race pace of 5 times, 10 times. Yeah, that little hill becomes. You know,
Oh yeah,
it becomes
because the thing about
difficult.
that course is like you go up that bridge, you go down, and you make a U-turn.
There you go.
Yeah.
You
And then-
slam on the brake, and you're bombing down the hill.
Station, I
Yeah.
believe, not far from Dungun. I believe Rantau Abang, and also if there are any Terengganu people in the live commentary, let us know. Let us know where is a good spot for either food or for touristy spots.
Yeah.
You know, I do know there's a Kunye Lake not far from Terengganu.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Kenya Lake, we haven't visited this year's edition. We're not visiting Kenya Lake, but in the past they have gone to the finishing Kenya Lake. Beautiful. I think one of the largest lake in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, absolutely right.
And, with tons of wildlife, diversity, and also fish and. It is. I had the fortune of visiting it a few times.
A beautiful riding up there.
Beautiful riding up there. Yes,
Yeah.
we rode up there.
It's a climb. It's a climb.
It's a climb. Oh
It's a
yeah,
climb,
it's a climb. Yeah. And we rode with my friend from Polygon and also from Maroda Link, Daniel, and Zandy from Polygon. So yeah, we did. We were talking about let's take turn part was not great, but the getting there was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So so the live comment has been pretty pretty interesting so far. Yeah, so everyone's appreciating Terengganu. Everyone's appreciating Terengganu. So if you have any good spots, for us, for people, for the viewers, you know, we have obviously this is a English commentary. We have a lot of international viewers, so let people know in the live commentary where's a good place to visit. While we are looking at the race, here's a GP.